But the big breaking news, aside from the fact that Jeff is joining us from Austria today, is that Jeff, Netflix seems to have stepped and bigfooted over the Ellisons for now, because it still has to go through regulatory approval, which means that Trump could always get involved. But for now, it looks like Netflix is carving up Warner Brothers Discovery, purchasing just the streaming and film assets, and leaving the desiccated carcass of CNN. They're also taking HBO, by the way, the good stuff, and leaving the desiccated carcass of CNN to be spun off into its own thing, unless somebody else wants to acquire it, which I'm not sure anybody would want to. What do you make of all this? What does this mean?
There's so much here. I hope the Ellisons lose. That's the most important thing, is to not have them get their hands on CNN, though that could still happen in another way. Number one. Number two, I wonder whether this is the maturity, in a bad sense of the word, of Netflix. Netflix, which changed itself more than once in life. It was red envelopes, then it became online, then it became the streaming king, and it's really been good. So I worked back at Time Inc. in the day, and I started the magazine Entertainment Weekly, and my reward was for some restricted shares, which came due during the Warner merger at a very high point. I'm complaining here for a moment. And so over time, especially with the AOL merger, my fuck you money said, fuck you, Jeff. And it was Warner Brothers and its various affiliates have cooties. So I fear a little bit for Netflix here, that they're taking on the old world. They're taking on an old studio when they replaced the old studios. They're taking on the old movie model when they replaced that. They're taking on more streaming when streaming still is not a clear model. However, I'm happy that so far it's not the Ellisons. As you say, to repeat this word into a new joke, now CNN is spun off into Cootie Corp, and who knows what could happen. You know, Versant could try to take it over. We could have the cable news, but I don't think that'll happen because of antitrust. And then otherwise, CNN is still vulnerable to some horrible jerk out there with enough money to take over remnants, to take over Discover. And so I think they should still be nervous at CNN, and we should still be nervous for them. But any defeat of the Ellisons in the short term makes me at least grin.